This man simply took off his shirt in the fighting ring and instantly scared the 6-time winning champion across from him. Not only did the champion voluntarily forfeit the match, he even offered to hand over the $100,000 prize money to the man. Turns out, this man was a former world boxing champion. In one of his past matches, he lost control of his violent temper. Even after winning the fight, he kept throwing punches at his opponent. In the end, it caused the other man's death. This brutal act didn't just destroy his own career, it also sent a wave of fear through the entire boxing world. Soon after, the man collected the prize money and walked out of the ring, gathering his things and getting ready to leave. That's when a woman named Anna walked over, showing strong interest in Jack. While chatting, Jack found out that Anna was looking to hire a tough bartender to keep her bar safe, and she was offering a $20,000 monthly salary. But clearly, that kind of money didn't interest Jack at all. Still, Anna remained hopeful and gave him her contact info, hoping Jack would consider it. Out of politeness, Jack took the note, not realizing this would lead to even bigger trouble. Since Jack was homeless, he could only live out of his car. Sometimes, he'd even get chased off by patrolling cops. This unstable lifestyle made him feel like life had no meaning, so the next day, he decided to give it a try and headed to Anna's bar. During the day, the place seemed decent, but once night fell, it turned into a battlefield for men, so violent that even local police didn't dare interfere. The previous bartender was a retired Marine, but he quit after just 2 days. That alone showed how wild things got here. But to Jack, this place was practically a vacation resort, and he could make $20,000 doing what he does best. But trouble came fast. A biker gang stormed into the bar, full of aggression. They not only drove customers away, but also flipped over tables, and started picking fights for no reason. At first, Jack didn't want to get involved, but when they started breaking stuff, and even harassed the female staff, Jack finally stood up slowly. He told his coworkers to go serve the other customers, and that he'd take care of this himself. But clearly, the bikers weren't scared of him. They even tried to intimidate Jack with a show of force, but Jack didn't respond. He just slowly walked toward the motorcycles outside. Sensing something was wrong, the bikers followed closely behind. Once Jack had led them outside, he politely told them they better have health insurance, because their hospital bills were going to be expensive. He even asked Anna how close the nearest hospital was. Jack's calm demeanor made the punks feel insulted, but very quickly, Jack made them face reality. In the end, he even kindly sent them all to the hospital for treatment. The next day, when Jack showed up to work, everyone in town already knew his name. All the staff at the bar respected him deeply, though fights still broke out from time to time. Thanks to Jack's training, the waiters could now handle everything themselves, without needing Jack to lift a finger. In just a few days, Jack not only kept the bar safe, he also unintentionally helped many people. Gradually, he found new purpose in life. He thought the good days were finally starting, but what he didn't know was that he was already being dragged into a conspiracy.
He follows the video tutorials, practicing combat techniques like a madman. Then he heads to the shooting range, burning through ammo to sharpen his aim. Next, he uses gym equipment to push his body to the limit. This grueling routine is something he'll stick to for a full year. All because months ago, Jack was playing in the yard with his son when he was caught in a gang shootout. The ruthless thugs unleashed bullets without restraint. When they finally left, Jack rushed to check on his son, only to find he'd been hit and wasn't breathing anymore. A happy family of 3 was torn apart in an instant. Devastated by grief, Jack chased after them in a fury. At the street corner, he spotted their car. By then, the 2 rival gangs had nearly finished their fight. As one side was completely wiped out, the victors honked their horn in triumph. Jack took a shortcut with a metal rod in hand, racing to intercept them. When the car passed, he smashed the windshield with full force, but it didn't hurt them. It only enraged them. They beat Jack down, leaving him injured on the ground. He was rushed to the hospital, luckily with no life-threatening wounds, but the surgery left him permanently unable to speak. That loss, paired with the memory of his son, filled him with bottomless rage. Back home, the empty yard reminded him of the times his son would run out to greet him with joy. Now silence and sorrow were all that remained. Even his wife's comfort couldn't soothe him. Staring at the newspaper, reporting on his son's death, Jack made a vow. He would avenge his son with his own hands. After a night of planning, Jack made a blueprint for revenge. He went to the police station and secretly snapped photos of every gang member on file. He printed them out and plastered them on his basement wall as motivation. Then he set a death date for each one of them and resumed training, building his strength, perfecting his aim. But the emotional void, the trauma of losing a child, was too much for his wife. Unable to bear the change in him, she left. But Jack, obsessed with revenge, took her departure as freedom to unleash his full fury. 1 year later, Jack had completely transformed. He now possessed lethal hand-to-hand skills, explosive muscle mass, and sniper-level accuracy. But it still wasn't enough. The gang's specialty was shooting from moving vehicles. So Jack bought a used car, began modifying it himself, and trained every day in driving combat. When he felt the time was right, he secured weapons from the black market and obtained a police radio to monitor gang activity. Soon, with gathered intel, he located the gang's main base. Now everything is ready. A brutal storm of vengeance is about to erupt.